a couple of coaching stories I want to hit you on. First one up, Sean Payton talking about Nathaniel Hackett's job that he took because of how poorly Nathaniel Hackett. I mean, we all saw. I mean, how many times did we talk about it with the Broncos and Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson on game day morning last year? I lost track until the firing happened. What did you make of Sean Payton's comments, Steve?
Well, first of all, we all saw it and was like, what? What did he just say? And then, thankfully, he apologized the next day. I think he felt bad. Like, it's like, what did I just say? With no filter, just kind of talking to guys in the back room. You know what I mean? You know what, Rich? In the coaching fraternity, and Sean knows this. He's a good guy, good coach, and all that. But in the coaching fraternity, there's honor amongst thieves. I mean, you just don't rip on other coaches. You just don't do that much. You know what I mean? Unless it's really personal, or I don't know what would make you do that. But you know, a lot of coaches have been fired, and a lot of coaches, you know, win and lose and all of that. But it's kind of an unwritten law that you just don't criticize. And he threw, you know, his front office under the bus, and the team under the bus, and so I felt that was a little, and he knew it was uncalled for, and he regretted it right away. He said 40 minutes after I said it, he said, I can't believe I just said that, because Nathaniel Hackett is a good coach, and he is a good guy. Of course, Aaron Rodgers has his back big time, right?
Yes.
And so that was something that took me by surprise, and it was unlike Sean Payton. He's not usually like that.
And then the last story I want to hit you on before I send you on your Thursday, Eric Bieniemy's coaching style. We all know it's gruff, it's tough, it's old school, 20th century, however you want to put it. But that's now out there in the fore that Ron Rivera letting it loose. That some players have come up to him to say, "Hey, can you talk to coach?" And he's like, "You talk to him. You know, he's just trying to coach you hard." And that folks think he's coaching players too hard. What's your assessment of it, Steve?
Yeah, I've never coached with Eric, but I've had coaching friends that have coached with him.
Like Andy, sure. Uh-huh.
And you are exactly right. He coaches hard, old school. Man, when he coached Adrian Peterson over there at the Vikings, he was on him like, whoa, you know. And that's just his style. And so do you tone it down? I don't know.
If you're a coach, if you're his head,
ask Tom Coughlin to tone it down a little bit. That's different. That's not a
right. That's the HC.
Tom changed his ways a little bit, and maybe Dick Vermeil did too, to be a little bit more player friendly. But that's one of the things that you kind of know that when you hire him, that he's not going to be that player's coach. He's going to be like in your face and say it like he feels. And so that's how he is. They'll work it out. He's a good coach.
Have you ever had somebody, a team, a player come up to you and say, "Hey, Steve, hey, coach, can you talk to your assistant for us because he's on us too much"? I mean, how would you handle something like that if a player came up to you?
I guess I have. Some coaches have their own language. Some coaches are, just soft-spoken. Some are crazy. I mean, there's all different kinds of teachers and professors and coaches, okay? Mm-hmm. And they all have to be with their own style and personality. One time I asked a guy to tone it down a bit, which was no problem. Mm-hmm. No problem, And if players, if I were Ron, and Ron's a friend of mine, and if players came to me, and if I were Ron, and they say there's an issue, I would have a conversation with Eric and just say, hey, just tone it down a hair, okay? We don't need confrontation before the season starts.
Take it down from 11, because obviously when he hired him, he knew this. I mean, that's a secret.
Of course.
It's not a secret amongst certainly amongst us and NFL Network. You referred to the Adrian Peterson coach, and we saw that through a feature that we aired on NFL Game Day Morning at the time, and so it's well known. So it'd be kind of tough for Ron to tell him to tone it down, right? Because he knew who he was hiring. This is the guy you hire,
Yeah, but you always can have a suggestion as the boss.
Right.
Have a suggestion how this is going to work better. And so, and Eric's a good coach. He's very capable and competent. That's if he was a Magoo and he just didn't know the offense or couldn't teach very well, that's another story. But he's very capable, and so they're counting on him to run that offense and call it and game plan it. And so, sometimes doctors have different bedside manners than others, right? It's just maybe it warrants a quick conversation.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.